art stuff and the things you have to learn in order to, the precision of the blows in martial arts and where you land them and all that stuff, how much has that gone into your success in art?
Well, when I first saw the boxing exhibition at 7 years old, I didn't see a boxing exhibition. I saw a martial arts exhibition.
That's how you look at it.
I looked at it as a form of martial arts that did not conduct kicking.
Right.
And I wanted to be a part of that. Just like most young boys, they grow up, they want to be strong like their father. You know, you're so little, you want to grow up, you want to be big and strong. And I saw boxing as an opportunity for me to get bigger and stronger. And we did.
Right. So so that whole thing with Ben, and then you started working with Dan. Was that almost right after that, or was there a delay?
Me and Ben Getty were a part of the Ross Norton Recreation Center for many years. The city built a brand new facility. It was a $4 million facility. They decided to put a skate park in the back of it. At that time, they nullified the boxing program. They took out the boxing program, even though the locals voted for it to stay on. And because we couldn't be a part of the rec no more, we were gym hoppers. We were gym hoppers for probably about 6 to 8 months. And in that time, Dan Birmingham gave Ben Getty a call saying, would you like to help with St. Pete Boxing's amateur boxing program? I know you have a top amateur that you work with. You and him are welcome to train here. I would just like you to help me with our program. Ben and Dan knew each other from back in the day and some years. You know, they knew each other when before I ever got with Ben Getty, when he was working at Newport Richie Spa. They would, and he was known at that time as Spa Getty. You know, so Ben took up on him on his offer, and I was probably 14 at the time. And ever since then, St. Pete Boxing has been my home. Ben had to retire from the school system a little earlier than he would like to. He suffered from Agent Orange due to Vietnam. He was on a whole bunch of prescriptions for that. His knees, he couldn't climb up ladders no more. That's why he had to let it go. Eventually, he couldn't hold up the mitts for me no more because my punching power was too much. So when I was about 15 years old, Dan became my permanent mitt man. And me and Dan worked a lot in the gym. Ben watched over us, you know, sometimes told me, you know, work harder, boy, do this, do that. But Dan, because he had Winky Wright, Jeff Lacey, he had a whole bunch of other pros that he was working with at the time, he would not come out to my amateur competitions. We trained there constantly. Every once in a while I was brought into a Winky Wright camp or a Jeff Lacey camp, and it was a great experience for me at that time. At the age of 20 is when Ben passed away. I believe I had possibly 11 to 12 professional fights or a few more. And, you know, I knew that Dan was going to be my man. You know, nobody knew me the way that Ben knew me. But no other trainer knew me and Ben the way that Dan knew me. At the time, I was managed by Shelley Finkel. Shelley wanted me to possibly go out to LA and, you know, work with Freddie Roach. And I said, you know, Shelley, Freddie doesn't know Keith Thurman. You know, and I said, I have all the tools that we need to be world champion right here at St. Pete Boxing.